Hello everybody, today is May the 4th. There'll be lots of May the 4th be with you on Facebook. There's my pull-up bar, my dad's piping uniform, army uniforms. I felt a bit traumatised. I was kind of feeling, right, I'm just managing, I'm staying on top with all the house content stuff, house clearance guys coming tomorrow, so I've just got time today to sort out the last few bits and pieces. But the buyer will already have started work. He may not be there himself, it might just be workmen. But then I was updating my bullet journal and setting out my spread for May and what things are going to happen. So in April it was exchange contracts, and then I suddenly thought, oh, no, in the contract it doesn't say we're going to complete in May, it says the 30th of June, and our solicitor had said we're going to make that a backstop. But that really kind of shocked me, because that means legally he doesn't have to complete till the 30th of June. But we have put in the contract he's to only do making safe work, like underpinning and putting a joist in. But he's just the kind of person, I feel, allegedly, I haven't mentioned his name anyway, that I'll just go and do it anyway, and I just can see what's going to happen is he is going to rebuild this property and sell it before he's completed while it's still ours. And I just feel like this is really wrong, and although legally he's doing the wrong thing, we would have to take legal action and pay our solicitor to fight it. So we're stuffed, really. So I've got to find a place of peace of not completing until the 30th of June. And at the moment, I'm not quite sure how to do that. So I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of overwhelm and emotional meltdown. I'm doing all the right things, done my bullet journal. I didn't do a workout. That was one thing that I thought, if I do a workout, that might kind of reset my brain. But I'm so physically kind of worked out with all the physical work clearing the property. And I was thinking I'm going to take the rest of the week off, but I've logged on. Things seem to be quite quiet at work. I thought we had a team meeting today, which would have enabled me to kind of go, right, this is what needs doing, you did this, you did this, you did this. I want to talk to a colleague, but he doesn't seem to be online. I'll update you later. Hello everybody, it's about 7:15 and I am cooking spaghetti bolognese, and I feel like a weight has lifted off me. Done the last bits and pieces at my dad's, grabbed the last bits, and yeah, I had a bit of a meltdown in the middle of the day. I don't think I've vlogged it. I just suddenly felt like I had no capacity for anything. Yeah, because last night I must have felt like that as well, because I felt like I've got to take the rest of the week off. And I spoke to my boss, and it's like not really a good time of year, but he was saying, you know, dip in and out, go to meetings that you need to go to, etc. But you've got to do what you need to do, and then let me know at the end of the week how much time you've had off. So I had some meetings I had to do, and I left at 4:30, so that's only officially half an hour earlier than I'm supposed to finish work, but unofficially everybody finishes at 5:30. Well, they never finish before 5:30. Anyway, that's a different matter. And then I spoke to my brother, and that was quite good, because I'd got really fearful about meeting the buyer because they will have started work. well, they have started to work, because then I met him. So my brother was quite surprised that I was fearful, and I was thinking, yeah, I've got to get that Alice in Wonderland muchness back together. Anyway, I think I was having a big meltdown about all the books I felt like I had to keep. But somehow, I don't know, I moved some boxes around and I made sure I had something to eat and I practiced the piano, and I just felt like my brain came back on track. And I went over there and Angus, my brother, arrived shortly after, and yeah, and I feel like I was letting go, and yeah, it's going to be alright. I feel like I can get back to my normal life, so that's good. Hello everybody. Don't think I've switched the camera on so far today. I feel very weird and disorientated. It's just very weird to think that all my mum and dad's stuff is gone. So the house clearance people were collecting it today. Apparently it's 2.5 van loads. Where they take it to the recycling, they do it by weight. So apparently it was really heavy, all those books. Yeah, my whole kind of routine has got disrupted. My brain feels like it's doing somersaults. I've been doing this 67-day challenge that Beatrice Caruso started, and then yesterday or the day before she released a video saying, I don't know if she said she wasn't doing it, but she's been going for therapy and for like, you know, food issues, and her therapist has said not to worry about trying to lose weight and not to worry about trying not to you know, eat badly, and you have to watch her channel really. So she's kind of not doing it, so I feel a bit disorientated by that as well, which is very silly, because what difference does that make, really? Brains are funny, aren't they? What is my brain doing? So yeah, feeling very disorientated. There you go, there's an update. For what it's worth. Just documenting the journey. Talk to you later. Hello everybody, it is Saturday the 8th of May. Still can't talk with these aligners and I've only got a week and a half to go. Woohoo! It's a very rainy day today. I spent some time writing in my journal this morning, my kind of stream of consciousness journal. I can't find the usual one that I write in. and I happened to have bought a bright orange one when I was at the shops, and the point at which I couldn't find the usual one was just after we'd done all the kind of house contents of my dad's house and the clearance people were coming. So maybe it's kind of meant to be that I have a fresh journal to start this new phase. So I did a bit of a recap of everything and the tools that I've got in place for keeping my mental health good. But it was interesting because one of the things that I had written down, and I can't remember under which category. Oh yeah, I know. It was all these things that, these tools that I've got in place, like bullet journaling and my 4 pillars, and how they keep my anxiety levels down. And I was thinking, what is the main source of anxiety for me? Because everybody gets anxious about stuff. And mine is fear of failure. So I've noticed on other people's channels, when they're talking about their anxiety levels, it's often things like a fear of death, a fear of something being wrong with them, or something like that. And it's never that for me. It's a fear of failure. I never really compare myself to other people. I remember when I was talking about this with somebody, with a group of girls, I was saying about, my biggest thing is a fear of failure. And this girl went, what, you? Liz Cole? Fear of failure? And I was like, what does that mean? It was as if she'd been comparing me to herself or other people. And I just don't really do that. And I was thinking, I wonder why I don't do that. I think it's because from an early age, it was a bad experience comparing yourself to other people. I grew up kind of being pushed into classical music. It didn't feel like I was being pushed at the time, but it was kind of, that was kind of how life was framed for me. And it was always about doing well in competitions and exams and being in a better position in the orchestra than someone else. Not coming from me, but it just felt, I can't be doing this. And then in terms of body image, it was probably when I was about 14, I used to get a lift from school. My mum used to share with another mum, with this other girl who was in the year above me, and she was stunningly beautiful. She was half British, half Lebanese. And I remember one day I was looking out the window of my bedroom, and it was before we moved to what is, my dad's current house. And it's in the road that leads to the station. So you'd often see people walking to the train or coming back from the train. And this girl was walking up the road with a friend, and it was a hot day. And it was back in the 70s when alternate tops had just, were really all the rage. And I just remember looking at her thinking, I will never be that beautiful. And then it was as if something switched in my brain that was like, no, don't do this. This makes you feel terrible. So yeah, I tend to kind of frame everything based on my potential or my life's potential, and not compared to other people, which is quite good. But I can still fail at that. I can still fail at fulfilling my potential or the potential of my life. And that's where my anxiety kicks in. But anyway, I was thinking about this girl. What then happened, right, with this girl was she was so stunningly beautiful that she went on to modelling school and then became a very successful model and was the girl in the Her Name is Rio video of the Duran Duran song. I will link it here. And so I thought, well, I'll look up that video so that I can show that to you. And then I was looking at the Wikipedia page about the video because I thought, I wonder where that's filmed, because Ben and I went to Guadeloupe about 4 years ago and it looked very similar, and it was in Antigua. But then I was thinking, why has my friend Fiona not been credited? And then I looked down and the credit was for Rima Madawa. Her name was Fiona Madawa. So obviously that's the name that she used for modelling, and it's her middle name. Her name's Fiona Rima Madawa. So I thought, oh, I wonder what she's doing now. And then it was just so interesting to discover, you know, she's living in Italy, she's got an Instagram account, she became a stylist, she still does some modelling, she's let her hair go grey too. It was, yeah, it's really interesting. So yeah, don't know why I'm telling you all that. Talk to you later. Oh yeah, and just quickly, I'm about to go on a Zoom call with a jazz musician and a load of other jazz musicians, all about how to set up touring. Not that I'm particularly planning to, but I remember when I recorded my album, I then was in a conversation with the producer who was my singing coach, and she said, now you've got to do a jazz services tour. And I was thinking, I don't know what that is, and felt very overwhelmed. But now I think, yeah, I would like to know how to do, not that jazz services is up and running anymore, but I think it's with Arts Council grants and that kind of thing, and how you navigate the whole thing. So 11 o'clock, so I've got a few minutes. It's Sunday, the 9th of May, and getting back into the swing of doing my workouts on the TYBB challenge after that kind of blip of project hyperfocus, clearing my dad's place. And part of the challenge is to weigh yourself on a particular day, and I usually always weigh myself on a Sunday, and I put on 2.5 pounds. I can't really cut down on what I eat. I don't eat that much at all, so I think it really is down to sitting on my arse. And also stress. I think when you're stressed, your fight or flight system hangs on to fat. So once I get back into the swing of working out 3 to 5 times a week, I'm going to aim for 5. That should get back into the swing, the downward swing. Anyway, I did a little treadmill workout before the sun starts blasting into the conservatory. It's really nice working out in here, looking out into the garden. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, the 11th of May, and I have taken an actual day off work. An actual day's holiday. Yesterday I had a pod, which is a personal obligation day, and gave Darcy a lift with loads of equipment to her office. She's working remotely, but she went into the office yesterday to do some filming and photography, and needed a load of equipment, so we travelled all the way to Harlow. But today I just thought I really need a break, and I really need a catch up with my best mate Debbie. And so I took a day's holiday, and we're meeting up at our usual halfway point in Chawton. So let's go. I think I've arrived first. It's very rainy. Gotta work out where we're gonna have lunch or coffee or whatever. It's a bit early for lunch. It's only 20 to 11. There's a cafe and a pub, and I think they are both part of the same business. And they've set up some gazebos in the car park. But that's going to be chilly, so let's see what happens. So my app says it's a drizzle stopping in 5 minutes, but this definitely seems like hailstones.
Sorry. It's got one ear up, one ear down. You right?
Good morning everyone. It is Wednesday the 12th of May. I'm finding it really difficult to get back into my routines, but I'm gonna keep pressing on just to feel really, I don't know, where's the joy gone? Probably need to get back into working out regularly, as it's supposed to be really good for mental health, isn't it? But right now I feel like, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a weights workout. I did a treadmill run on Sunday and went for a long walk with my friend, my best mate Debbie, yesterday, all through the fields of lambs and things. That was lovely. So I'm going to try and get back into a routine. Well, I feel like that was a very half-hearted attempt. And I've just done the aerobic section and I don't feel any more joyful, but we've run out of coffee. That could be the problem, although I have had a couple of very weak cups of coffee. And so I'm going to pop to Waitrose to get a few essentials like coffee, toilet roll, toothpaste. Well, I think I need to clean my car after parking it under a tree, but I bought some lovely flowers to cheer myself up. Well, today is turning out not too bad, quite nice and chill. I've had quite a chilled time at work, just working through a few things and a couple of meetings, and also went out for a walk with my friend Roz, and that's super nice and sunny. I'm just taking Darcy on an errand now to Weybridge. Well, I'm finished work now and I'm just tidying the kitchen up a bit. These are my nice flowers that I bought this morning. And my brother just popped round because the developer who's bought my dad's house, said there was some photographs left on the walls. I think I've already caught you up with the fact that he is not just doing the underpinning work and making the place secure, he's just decorating and everything. So, and then me and my other brother had asked my brother Angus, don't send us photographs because it's just too kind of heartrending, you know, the amount that they're doing to it. And so Angus said to me, shall I tell you what they've done or not? And I went, yeah, okay. And they've stripped the garden. They have chopped down that liquid amber tree, chopped down the cherry tree. So it's so good that I got those shots the other day of the cherry tree. And I'm really glad he told me, because I was thinking about going and cutting the grass again, you know, so yeah. Oh dear. So hard. But when I caught up with Debbie yesterday, she was saying how she went through exactly the same thing when her dad passed away, and I think that's in 2010, so that was 11 years ago, and she went through exactly the same thing, cried all the way from Southampton driving up. Yeah, so everybody started arriving at that point. Yeah, cried all the way from Southampton up to Cobham, and yeah, it was just really good to catch up with Debbie and get some moral support and know that this is a normal process. So Ben's come home very hungry. Darcy's doing some recording with a friend, so I've cooked some risotto and we're going to eat that now.